Hello and welcome to another episode of What's Inside. Today we're looking at Saint Prayer cards. These are, I believe, religious cards. I found these somewhere really cheap and thought they look kind of cool. The art on the display looked really neat. So I wanted to see what these looked like. So let's see what's inside here. These are put out by Autom, A-U-T-O-M. Oh, it's kind of stiff. Alright, here we have a Jesus card with Psalm 23 on the back. There's another one with the same psalm on it. And a third one. Let's see what the box says here. These Saint Wallet cards, reminders of heroes and heroines of our faith, are a great way to share your faith with others and to lift their spirits. Leave one with your tip at a restaurant, tuck one into an envelope when you pay your bills, give them out to friends and neighbors. The sky's the limit. May God bless you as you seek to enjoy His presence. Pass it on. So apparently you're supposed to give these out to people. And if you put this out as a tip instead of money as a substitute, you're gonna really make a waiter mad. So be sure and give this, if you're gonna give this to somebody, give it with money, not as its own tip. Most people these days aren't that religious anymore. We've got another Jesus here, Our Father. It's the Lord's Prayer on the back. We've got 3 of those. It looks like everything's in 3s here. Then we've got a Guardian Angel Prayer. It's a fairly short prayer, pretty straight to the point. The art's really good. I think the art has very classical Christian iconography look to it. We've got the Holy Family there, Joseph, Mary, and Jesus. This one is the Family Prayer. So that might be a good one for people with families, obviously. And then we've got, I don't know what that's supposed to be. I assume either a child pope or Jesus, maybe? On the back we have the Prayer to the Infant of Prague. Okay, it's the Infant of Prague. Yeah, usual sort of thing. Prostrate yourself before your sacred image. We beseech you to cast a merciful look on our troubled hearts, etc. This might be good for people that are in trouble or having some sort of dilemma. Then we've got Mary and baby Jesus, and on the back is a memory. Remember, O gracious Virgin Mary, that never was it known that anyone who fled to thy protection implored thy help. That is a massive run-on sentence. Oh my gosh, I'm not even going to read all that, because it goes on. It goes on for like half the card. Is one long sentence. Then we've got Jesus again, and this one is sort of a devotion to Jesus. It's just a prayer dedicating yourself to Jesus. Then we've got a prayer to Saint Christopher, patron of travelers. That's probably a good one for people on the road. Maybe if you know some hobos or something. Then we've got a monk here. We have the prayer of Saint Francis of Assisi. Saint Francis, he's the one that walked on water, as I recall. Yeah, it's just sort of another devotional, fairly generic sounding prayer on the back of that one. Then we've got what looks like Joseph and Jesus. Yeah, O Saint Joseph, whose protection is so great, so strong. Another massively run-on sentence that goes on for about half the card. Brevity is very important, everyone. Just remember that. These are very nicely made cards. I'll give them that. The art's really good. It's very classic Christian iconography. Um, and the quality of the cards is pretty impressive. If you're old enough to remember when banks gave out those little calendar cards that seemed to be indestructible that would go in your wallet, which means you were probably alive in the 70s, because I don't think they've done this since the 70s or 80s. These are that quality. It's that kind of high quality, glossy cardstock. This one we have Saint Michael the Archangel putting the sword down and defend us in battle, be our protector against wickedness and snares of the devil. May God rebuke him, we humbly pray, and do thou. Obviously, since these are prayers to specific people, these are Catholic cards. Most other denominations don't pray to saints and other people, hierarchy of angels. That's mostly a Catholic thing. There are some sects of Baptists and Lutherans that might do that, but they're fairly rare, has been my experience. But yeah, these are really nice cards. We have an Irish blessing prayer. Little stereotypical there that you'd have a ginger and green. Very straightforward short prayer though. So I guess if your waitress is a redhead, I don't know. We have a novena prayer to Saint Anthony. I'm not familiar with Saint Anthony. Then we have a prayer to Saint Teresa. O little flower of Jesus, you have shown yourself so powerful in your intercession, so tender and compassionate toward those who... Yeah, another run-on sentence. That's taken too long. Sorry, I have the attention span of a goldfish. Jesus, I trust in you is the Chaplet of Divine Mercy for private recollection on ordinary rosary beads. This is an excerpt from Divine Mercy in My Soul, the Diary of Saint Faustina Kowalska, 1987. I'm not familiar with that at all, but I'm not Catholic. Yeah, if you're Catholic, these cards are really nice. I can see why people would give these out. They're very fancy. The art's good, like I said. Here's another Virgin Mary with another sort of standardized poem. We've got another Virgin Mary here. Prayer to Our... Oh, this is Our Lady of Guadalupe. The Mystical Rose. It's just a very short prayer for charity, life, that sort of thing. Yeah, dig the art. I do like old school Christian iconography and paintings. They do tend to have some real talented people work on them. These are no exception. This is a prayer to St. Jude for a special favor. Overall, pretty neat little deck of cards. This is definitely the type of thing that you would give out if you're Catholic. I've received stuff like this before, but never this high quality. I'm actually pretty impressed with these. I expected them to be very cheap, and I don't know. I didn't expect it to be this good a quality, and I didn't expect them to be something you passed out. I thought it was more of a learning tool for like young Catholics to be familiarized with more of the saints, but it's something you're supposed to hand out and share, and that's why they give you 3 of each. So if you're Catholic, this is definitely something that might be a good investment for you. I think I paid $5 for this, maybe 7 tops. I don't normally spend more than that on impulse buys if I can avoid it. But yeah, for prayer cards, they're really nice. Not my thing, but I'm not Catholic. If you're Catholic and you want to spread the word, this is probably a good way to introduce someone to your faith. I don't know. It's been my experience this doesn't really sway too many people, but it might be good to give somebody else that is a Catholic like a little pick-me-up or a little boost when they're in a rough spot. And you could probably even find one that's tailored kind of to their situation. So yeah, if you're Catholic, go for it. This might be something very worthwhile to you. If you collect Christian iconography, these might look good framed in like a display. The art is pretty nice. The card quality is really nice. Actually, I'm super impressed by that. I know I keep saying that, but yeah, overall, that's what's in these Saint Prayer cards. I found these in a store somewhere. I don't even remember. It was one of those mishmash stores, but I'm sure you could find it in any Christian bookstore. I think these are on Amazon. You could probably find them in various other websites. But yeah, that's what's inside the the Saint Prayer card box. Yeah, and thanks for watching. I'm sure there are people that would have an interest in this, and they might want to know what they're getting. And if you're into Catholicism, or even if you're just into spreading the word, I'm sure there's some stuff in here that would be useful to you. Some of the, like the Lord's Prayers in here. But yeah, it's definitely aimed at Catholics. So that'll do it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you next time on What's Inside.